Anytime you're ready.
Great. So Danny, tell me about this movie. This is your baby. You've kind of shepherded it from an idea that could have been on a cocktail napkin to this huge movie.
Yes, I couldn't have done that without the help of David Gordon Green. The idea was first conceived on the set of All the Real Girls, the first film I ever acted in 2001. David Green and myself went to film school together, and one game we would always play all the time because we're big film nerds is we would come up with the title of a movie and then try to figure out what that movie is about. And one night, late at night shooting, David said, "Your Highness, you're in it. What's the movie about?" And so quickly I was like, well, what could be Your Highness about? All right, it's about a knight who gets stoned and fights dragons. And it was just something that we just thought was a joke, and we laughed about it. But then as the years went on, it was an idea that we kind of kept weirdly going back to, and we kept kind of adding to it and imagining it. And then I think on the set of Pineapple Express, when we met James, that's when we started to really feel out what the movie could be. You know, I was like, well, maybe it's more about a movie about two brothers and this camaraderie and the sibling rivalry, and they have to go on this quest together. And that was kind of where it came from. The movie started as a joke, and it has finished as a major motion picture.
And you guys have amazing chemistry, I have to tell you. I mean, you guys are so funny up there together.
Thank you.
But tell me, was it exciting reuniting?
It was a blast reuniting. It was, working on Pineapple Express was probably the most fun I've ever had making a film, mainly because of the people I was working with. And so it was just so fortunate that, we got to do it again and actually, with a bigger budget and even kind of a crazier premise. And, I've been acting 15 years now, and I find that there's nothing I enjoy more than, making films with my friends and people that I like and who also I think are, the funniest people around.
Now, Danny, this is your baby, but James, you came on and you've taken on this crazy, raunchy, epic adventure story. How do you see this movie? Do you love it?
I love this movie. I think one of the great things about it and very fresh and unique things about it is the way that it blends so many different elements. It's not a spoof of fantasy films. It, in some ways, takes itself very seriously. There is some very serious action to it, but then also, very funny parts. And so I think like all great comedies, or at least the comedies I like, it has, some of the funniest moments, but it never breaks the spell for the audience. It never, pushes the audience away by spoofing itself too much or undermining the characters by making them, cardboard or flimsy. Everybody is really trying to do what their characters believe in, and so nobody breaks the spell of the world, even though in other ways it's a comedy and very funny.
Yeah, I feel when I watch this movie, it seems very period. Everyone is that character. Do you guys feel like that gives you license to say really crazy, raunchy, stuff up there?
Yeah, we always approach this film as if it were a serious movie. Everything down to the armorer is the same armorer who designed the armor for Kingdom of Heaven, and the guy who designed the weapons for Braveheart and Apocalypto, and even with the casting choices, we just always felt with this movie, the more serious we took the movie, the funnier the comedy was.
And it really works out that way. Well, thank you so much
All
for
right.
your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.